Hi there, Jeremy, founder and director of Om Reiki here. And given that you're here on this site, I'm guessing that you've got one, maybe two main questions on your mind. Firstly, should you learn Reiki? Is Reiki something that's really going to be valuable to you? Will it give you a lot? And two, if Reiki is something that would be beneficial for you to learn, then which Reiki center should you learn with? So to help you answer these questions, I'm going to go into a fair bit of detail in this video, and I'd like to start off really just discussing some of the kinds of people we've helped at our center. And if that resonates with you, then there's at least a very good chance that Reiki will be something that will help you and be beneficial to you. So to begin with, our Reiki courses are really good for people who are sensitive to energy. So if that's you, if you're someone who is sensitive to energy, but maybe even finds that they get drained at times by needy friends, or maybe you find that your energy gets influenced by negative energies around you, or perhaps you're taking on some of that energy, then our courses will be a big help, because they will teach you to ground yourself, to become a bit like an energetic mountain, so you won't then, as a result, get affected by all the hurly-burly of energies around you in everyday life. Next, our courses are really good for people who are kind of giver types, who are helpers, people who find that they're giving to all sorts of people, but often end up running dry themselves. They're giving so much, but they're never taking the time to fill up on the inside, and as a result, they can get quite flat and feel quite drained and really just don't feel as bright as they could be. And so in our courses, we teach people to really fill themselves up, to take that time and space and learn ways to take energy from out there in the universe. So it's not your own energy, you're filling up from a kind of an inexhaustible well of energy out there in the universe. And anytime you want, you can just put your hands on your body and just fill up yourself with energy, and to restore that any depletion, and then get that kind of energetic fires burning again. Another sort of person who often comes to our courses and who's got benefit are people who are suffering from different health issues. Now, obviously, legally, you cannot ever make any claims for Reiki, but what we can say is, anecdotally, when people come to our courses, we've often found, or they've often found, that later on, many little issues, perhaps even chronic issues, tend to diminish and at times fade. Now, maybe that's just random, but it seems like a nice coincidence to me that they learn Reiki and these little issues tend to go away. For instance, I've had many people on many kinds of medication, and after doing Reiki, then bit by bit, they've got off the medication. Now, again, I'm not going to make a legal claim here or claim that it was the Reiki that per force got them off the medication. I can't make such a claim. I'm not allowed to. But again, for me, it's an interesting coincidence. I've found that people often might be coming and they're a little bit overweight. And you know, an interesting thing, many very sensitive types of people are overweight because it helps protect them a little bit. It acts as a bit of a shield. And you know, another thing it does, it helps to ground them. So if your energy center is very strong up here, maybe you're a kind of a psychic type, very strong intuitively, then often you need that counterbalance, that grounding, and putting on a little bit of extra weight can help. Now, it's not the only thing you can do. So what I would prefer students to learn how to do is to energetically ground them. Then you find you can often shed that weight just naturally, just organically, without even doing too much, because your body doesn't need the weight anymore. But until you learn to ground yourself from within, actually the weight is beneficial to you. It's a good thing. Your body is intelligent. It says, you know what, you need a way to ground yourself. You need a way to stay safe, you know, in the midst of potentially negative or lots of different swirling energies. And so it gives you that little bit of extra weight. So it's interesting how the body is intelligent, but when we learn new strategies, new ways to connect to energy, then we can often find a superior solution to the one we originally have. Okay, another kind of person who often benefits from our course is people who intuitively know they're healers, or maybe they're already healers and they want to go on and work even as healers. And so our center's trained over 300 Reiki masters, many of whom have gone on to become professional healers. And so it's definitely something that's possible, even if it seems at the moment maybe like just a dream. Well, everyone has the innate ability to heal. So my belief is that if energy work, is something that's in alignment with your kind of purpose. So if it's something that really resonates with you, and if you're willing to put in the work, it won't happen if you just dabble, but if you put in the work, and if you also take care of the business side of things, then you can definitely have success. And if that means leaving a 9-to-5 job to doing something, finding a career that really resonates for you in healing, then it's certainly doable. And many of my students have gone on to do that. Another kind of person who often benefits are parents. In particular, I have a lot of mums who come to my course, and again, they find that they're giving. They're giving to their kids, they may be giving to their husband, giving to all sorts of people, but they're not really giving to themselves. And as a result, their life is out of balance. And sort of day by day, they're not showing up as the brightest version of themselves. And they, deep down, they know they need to make a shift, because the last thing they want to be is not at their best with the people they really love. And so sometimes coming along to a course, it just gives you the space and it teaches you the tools to give back to yourself, so that then you can show up as the person you want to be with the people you love. Okay, now over the years, we've been teaching actually for 16 plus years now. I taught thousands of students, and we've seen the benefits of Reiki, but even so, we know that it can be really hard to choose a Reiki center, because there's a lot of them, and often they don't actually say so much on their websites, but it can be challenging to know who to go to, because on one level, until you've learnt Reiki, you don't even know the questions you should be asking. Like, how do you know what a good Reiki course should teach you if you've never done Reiki? It's quite difficult, right? And so what I like to do on my website here is give you a lot of information. You don't need to read it all, but if you kind of scroll down, you'll see there's lots of information. You can go to our YouTube channel and there's more information. And so my policy is just, look, you know what, we'll give you lots of information. You don't need to read it all. Maybe you just like to read a little bit, skim and work intuitively, that's fine. But for some of you, you really enjoy going deeper down into the sort of the nuts and bolts of how we string together our courses. And there we've got a unique 7-step program. So there's a link on the website, scroll down, click on that, and you'll see how we kind of take people, even people with zero healing and meditation experience, and sort of step by step, we very, very quickly take them to a point where they now tap into their innate healing abilities and can work on themselves and other people. Because that's one of the great things about Reiki. You can actually heal yourself, but you can also heal other people. So it can become a really valuable gift, because you can share it with your children, you can share it with your family, you can share it with your friends, and people who maybe would generally have not had any knowledge or even at times interest in these kind of, what you might call spiritual arts. Ultimately, once they get a taste of it, often then they're really excited to go deeper and learn more about it. Okay, so when choosing a course, you really have to think about what can it give you. So one of the mistakes I see a lot of people make is that they don't realize that courses vary substantially one from the other. So it's a little bit like if you're going into a car yard or you wanted to buy a car, you could buy so many different types of car and they're all very different. And it's the same with Reiki courses. No two courses are the same. So what some people do is, thinking that courses are the same, then they basically choose a course based on one price and two locations. So if it's close to you and it's convenient, then they go, well, that's great. And if it's cheaper, obviously that's good too. Now, I'm not saying these things aren't useful. Like, other things being equal, you want a course to be close and you want it to be cheap. But you need to sort of ask yourself, well, what could Reiki give me? How much would it be worth, for instance, to feel really balanced on the inside, to be less reactive? How much would it be worth to have a tool where you could heal yourself and others? How much would it be worth for some of you even to have, to learn the skills to then go on and be able to work professionally with Reiki? Other people even learn Reiki just to enhance the current spiritual practices they do. So if you're working in any field that taps into energy, what's known as chi, or in Reiki is the key in Reiki means energy, and that is the same character actually as in words like Qigong or Tai Chi. The Qi is Chinese, so that means energy, and Ki is Japanese for energy. And so any discipline, it could even be yoga where you're doing different asanas, could be Tai Chi, Qigong, whatever it is, where you're learning to tap into energy. If you learn Reiki, Reiki will enhance that, because Reiki really is the specialist at tapping into Qi. And so when you learn it with Reiki, you will find that when you're doing your other disciplines, you'll feel more of an energetic connection. You'll get more from them. So that's like a really exciting benefit from learning Reiki. Now, as I said, if you want to learn more, you can read all the information on the website. You'll also find that there's an ebook that you can download, the 18 things you need to know about Reiki. So that's a great place to kind of start, and just it'll answer a lot of questions which you might not even know you should be asking, and that will help you understand more about Reiki and about how to choose a course. Now, with our own courses, one of the things we do is we actually have a guarantee. So I know that many people may be even uncertain about Reiki. Like, you're like, okay, it sounds good, but is it really realistic that I can go along to a course and learn to heal myself and others? Particularly given that a course, it's just a single weekend. Can you do it in a weekend? You might have doubts. And so what I've always done from the very day we opened our doors, I said, you know what, let's have a guarantee. And the guarantee is that if you come along to a course, you will learn to connect to energy and you'll enjoy yourself. And if you don't, so long as you stay both days and do the pre-course. We have a little pre-course. It's not too much work, just a little bit of work to kind of get you into the right space. So do the pre-course, come along to both days. And if at the end, you haven't for some weird, mysterious reason connected to energy, and if you haven't again for some odd reason enjoyed yourself, just let us know on the day, and we'll refund your entire course fee, and you can keep your manual, you can keep even the video portal which comes with the course. So you can keep everything we give you, and we'll refund your money. And over 16 years, there's only been an absolute handful of people who have done that, who have ever requested their money back. And some of them literally said, we only did it because we only attended your course because it had a money back guarantee. So clearly they just, took us for a ride. But you know what? Most people are honest. And if they come along and they go, wow, this was really powerful, they will never ask for their money back. So we don't mind, sometimes we maybe get taken advantage of on rare occasion, but we know that very few people will ever do that because they just get so much from the course. Now, another thing which comes with our courses, which is a little bit unique, is we have quite a few bonuses. So the first bonus is we have an excellent video portal with the course. This is worth $149, and it has videos of all the different techniques we cover, articles as well, and more videos to even take you deeper than what we do in the course. So it's quite detailed, different meditations. We have a great app which you can use. So you can just click on the app and you can just listen to the meditations. It's very, very easy. And so this makes learning Reiki and taking everything you learn in the course and going deeper really advantageous. And we also even have a pre-course where we have some meditations for you to go through. And that will help you kind of get to the course in the right energetic space and hit the ground running and be able to absorb all the lessons and learnings and energetic experiences of the course more deeply. So this is something which is I haven't seen it elsewhere, but it'll enable you to get a lot more from the course. We also have a post-course program. So we don't just go, here's the weekend and leave it at that. No, what we'll do for every day for 21 days after the course, we'll send you an email. That email is going to have specific things to practice to help you get more from the course, to really master and consolidate what you learn. And it's going to give you even more information. So this is beyond, obviously we've got a very good manual which we give you, but this is more information still and specific things to practice. So that in itself is worth $20. What else do we have? Well, for those of you who do my courses, we teach in Brisbane and Melbourne, and we have a third centre out near Daylesford, that's in Victoria. So that's a beautiful centre. We've got 100 acres out there with kangaroos and stuff hopping about by the side of state forest. But for any of the courses I personally teach, we've also got an aura machine. And so that one is worth $57 actually, that aura report. It's a very expensive machine. It costs many thousands of dollars. And that will give you a 14-page aura report. So it'll take a kind of energetic snapshot of you. it actually, you put your hand on a sensor, it measures like the electrodermal activity there, and then it translates that into an auric field and gives you, kind of a character profile, which is very interesting. So if you come to my courses, you can do that. If you come to other Melbourne courses, which I don't conduct, my colleague Greg, who's fantastic, he's got over 20 years of Reiki experience. If you're lucky enough to go to one of his courses, then although the machine won't be there, you can still get an aura report with me if you come along to one of our monthly practice nights, and I'd be happy to take an aura report for you. Also, another bonus is that after you come to the course, afterwards, you can always write in. So if you've got questions, or you can call us afterwards about your practice, just give us a call or write in and we'll be happy to answer them. We've been doing this, now, as I say, 16 years, and I'm still answering questions sometimes from people who've done courses a very long time ago. And this just means that you'll never need to get stuck. You never need to think you're alone, something's frustrating you, it's not quite working, and you don't have help. So we're there to help you. Oh, and there's one other bonus I forgot about actually, and this is really good. This is a Chakra Quick Start course. This is a meditation course. It's worth $49, and everyone gets this when you enroll. So as soon as you enroll, you can already hit the ground running, and it has very powerful meditations for all the 7 chakras, and they use very precise frequency music underneath it, and it'll enable you to kind of clear any blocks you've got in your chakras, strengthen your chakras, and that will help for all the healing work you do. So as soon as you enroll, you're immediately going to get access to the video portal, which has a pre-course, and you're going to get access to the Chakra Quick Start course, which will be it's a profound experience going through those meditations. They're in fact some of the best ones that I've done, and so I'm sure you'll really enjoy that. The venues, as I said, we've got 3 venues. We've got Stretch Yoga in Brisbane, and there Sapphire takes our courses. She's got over a decade of Reiki experience. She's a wonderful teacher, full of life energy, and she'll bring you in, create a beautiful space, and she has a lot of healing experience. So Stretch Yoga is a beautiful yoga center, and so I'm sure you'll adore that. We also teach in Melbourne. We've got a beautiful venue in Fitzroy North where we've got free parking opposite the Edinburgh Gardens. So, in the breaks, you can go out, just enjoy a walk in the park. And we also have our centre it's a 100-acre centre out near Daylesford, which is, an ideal place really. If you can make it out there, it's only 75 minutes from the Melbourne centre, so it's not too far away, but it's a very high energy place with beautiful views in all directions. And so it's the perfect tranquil setting if you can make it to learn Reiki. Okay, so really, if any of this resonates with you, and I also always recommend you read up, learn about it, but then trust your gut. And so if you're listening to any of this and it resonates and you're feeling excited by it, then sign up to our course and you'll immediately get the Chakra Quick Start course. You'll get the video portal. You can start connecting to energy right away. And then obviously, as I said, there's no risk, because if for some very bizarre reason you came to the course and it wasn't for you, if you're like, wow, I didn't connect to energy and I didn't enjoy it, which again, it doesn't happen, but if it did happen, then don't worry. We won't be grumpy. We'll be like, cool, no worries. And you will get to keep all of the resources we've given you. So we're that confident that you'll love the course. So sign up for the course. As I said, there's no risk. And if you've got any questions at all, just write into us or give us a call on the information you'll see down there at the bottom of the screen. And, we'd love to be part of your Reiki journey. I know that, learning Reiki will be one of the best things you have ever done for yourself. I really know of pretty well nothing that you can turn up for a weekend and get so much from it, because Reiki, our system of Reiki is very, very quick. You learn Reiki with us, and even by the end of the first day of the course, you'll start connecting to energy. So it's powerful, but simple, and it's quick, and you'll have a tool that immediately at the end of the weekend, you can go out, work on yourself, work on others, and you'll give a good healing session. So it's not that you'll feel, wow, it's pretty weak, my healing. You'll give a good session right out of the gate. Obviously with practice, you'll be able to go deeper and deeper, but straight away, you'll connect powerfully to Reiki healing energy. So sign up, and I would love to have you at one of our courses, either in Brisbane, Melbourne, or out near Daylesford.